Oh, in today's video, we're going to be looking at Manjaro Linux. I'm going to do the install. Also going to be doing like a review on the distribution, see kind of what's included, what's in there, do all that stuff. So let's take a look here. So right now I'm in the process of getting it booted up into the virtual machine. If I had proprietary drivers, let's say if I was installing this on my actual computer system, I would probably want that one. But on this one, I'm just going to do the open source drivers. Okay, it looks like the desktop has loaded up finally on this right here, so gives you a few things here, so you can go to the README if you want to, and then look through all this, and then go back here. There's the forum, there's get involved, development, donate, wiki, mailing list, and then, so this one here, we're just going to launch the installer first. Okay, it looks like they're using the Calamari's installer. Looks like this installation is actually going to be relatively easy. This one, if you had multiple drives, you can select which drive you want to install onto. For this, I'm going to do swap to file. Normally I use ext4, but I'm just going to keep it at the default. And let's come up with a name here. Something really creative there. I normally select this, use the same password as the administrator account, just to keep it easy. For this, I'm not going to install any Office suites on this, but normally I would suggest either this one or this one. They're both good. Okay, now let's do the install process. And this does take a little bit, so when it's done, then I will come right back. Okay, so everything finished up on the installation, and let's go ahead and reboot. And while that's doing that, it's going to show you the Manjaro homepage. It's the manjaro.org. And to download it, all you do is you just go to this download right here. And it has set a few different desktop environments by default, the officially supported ones. There's KDE Plasma, which we're using. There's XFCE, which is a more of a simplified desktop environment. I usually like to say that it's more like Windows 98 or something like that. And there's also, when I can get it back here, the GNOME desktop. It quits interrupting me here. There's community desktop environments also. There's Cinnamon Desktop, there's i3 Window Manager, there's also the Sway Window Manager. And also they have products, different things for laptops, phones, things like that. Definitely things you can look at. And just kind of some structure stuff like that. Okay, let's get into the virtual machine here. Okay, so now we're booted into the not the ISO, but we're booted into the virtual machine. First thing it has here is, I usually like to look at the applications here. You can install from this point, if you want to. Different browsers, stuff like that. Which is actually pretty good. And then if you want to update the system, go down to here, and then it'll have all the system updates that are needed. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to do it right now, though. And also, this menu system, first thing it comes with, when you first get it, a few development tools. Also has like PDF readers, stuff like that. Comes with Firefox. See what version we have here. Okay, so we have it fired up here. Okay, so it looks like it's version 138. It's running a little bit slow because it's on a virtual machine, though. See if I can change some settings so maybe it's not so bright. Ah, here we go. That's easier to look at. And of course you can go into the colors and themes, change things around a little bit. And then icons, of course, I like to go into there and change it to like a more... These are all flat though, but I usually like to get new ones and put in some 3D icons. Stuff like that. Also your power management, so you can set however long it takes for the system to go to sleep or go into a screensaver, whatever you choose. So for the text editor, this one here, I believe it uses Kate. Yeah, it does. There we go. So that's what I like to use a lot of times. Good for multi-purpose things such as programming or just plain text. See what version this one is. Well, just at a quick look, it doesn't look like it shows a version number, but anyway. Yeah, it's actually one that I like to use for text editing, things like that. And Manjaro is a rolling release distribution, so there's no like major next upgrade or anything like that. It's just always updating. So it goes into the next version each time, or over time. But then there's also the terminal. And we're using console with the ZSH. So let's do something here. On this one, actually not using a whole lot of RAM in here. Using with the processors that I gave to it also, so it's not using much in the resources. That's actually good. New Who Am I? Let's see, there we go. And it's using some of the latest kernel drivers, so we're good there. Well, in my next video, I'm going to be going through some stuff about like some of the pros and cons of Arch Linux, or not Arch Linux, but Manjaro Linux. Well, this one, if you like the video, then go ahead and hit like and subscribe on the video, and also consider supporting me on Patreon. That does help. On the next video, I'm probably going to do like pros and cons of Manjaro Linux, stuff like that. Anyway, I will see you later.